Hi, I hope you are well. This podcast is a place for people to share personal and professional perspectives, talk openly, and ask questions. From serious to silly to sublime, it's all about communication and connection. Always coming from a place of kindness and curiosity, we talk about shared humanity, discuss ideas, and highlight people creating a better world. We've got to keep learning, keep growing, keep being. I'm Melissa Beek, and this is Beek on Being. Today's episode is Beek on Being a Single Parent. Single parenting, raising a child or children on your own, by choice or not, is a huge responsibility. Financial, emotional, logistical, and more. Parenting can be the most rewarding and the most exhausting endeavor on the planet. Today we have two Jessicas, Jessica Katz and Jessica Shere, to talk about all the factors that go into what it means to be a single parent and how they navigated through it all and make it look so easy.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
My thoughts.
I'm
exactly.
so happy to have you both here. I'm really thrilled.
You.
And I know it's a serious topic, but it can be a fun, educational, wonderful topic, but it's an important topic. So I appreciate that you're both here today.
Thanks for having us.
So first, tell our listeners a little bit about you and your experience as a single parent.
Okay. My name's Jessica. I got divorced a while ago. I have 3 kids with my ex-husband. And what else? I have a 19-year-old currently. I have a 17-year-old currently. And I have a 13-year-old currently.
You got them everywhere.
All over.
Okay.
Love it.
Jessica K.
Jessica K. Most common name, the year that I was born, number 1. My name is Jessica. I am a single parent by choice, I think is what they call me. I have a son who's 3.5, and I'm expecting another one in a couple of months.
Yay!
Before you continue, just to Jessica, I think it's phenomenal what you do.
Thank you. It's a little psychotic.
It's not, though. You do what works for you, and I give you such a reward for that. I think it's awesome that you do it.
Thank
I
you.
do. I give you a lot of credit for it.
I think it's incredible.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
I do. You're mature enough to make a decision that works for you. And that's important. Some people probably wouldn't make that decision. And I respect you so much more for it. I do.
Thank you.
I really do.
I think it's cool. I think it's amazing.
I think it's great.
So what's your experience as single parents? Because you both come from it from different directions.
Mine's more complicated. I guess so to me, it's just, it keeps changing. It kind of just keeps evolving as a single parent. I think you start off and you're in it and you're kind of so preoccupied by what your kids are doing. For me, years go past and then you realize things as a parent then, and then you learn and you continue to go. I think it's always evolving. I don't think it's like one thing.
Right. Each experience is teaching you something for the next.
And I think, honestly, sometimes you look back and you're like, oh, I wish, I had someone to do that with. Or, sometimes you look and you're like, thank God I don't have someone to deal with this with. So there's ebbs and flows throughout it all,
right.
I think.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I always knew that I wanted to have kids. And this was not obviously what I planned for my life, but I think I got to a point at an age where it was still doable. And I felt that the stars were aligned in a very lucky and privileged way that I could do this if I wanted to. And so I did. And as I'm sure we'll get into, there are pros and cons, right? I think the older and the more mature that you get and the more confident that you get, and I've been at my job for almost 20 years, and I think, I'm a functioning adult, and I have a lot of friends who have kids that are under 10, right? So I've been living, and I'm very close with them. I'm very close with their kids. So I had a little bit of an idea of what to expect. And sometimes it's easy not to have to consult people with decision making.
Yeah.
And it's something that I don't take for granted, especially when you're somebody who's decisive and has opinions.
Right.
But yeah, there are some times when it would certainly be helpful to have another
extra
parent.
hands,
Yes. Yeah.
But not having
But someone
to
who's a
negotiate.
parent,
Right.
as opposed to a nanny or a grandparent
Right.
or an uncle or whatever.
Right.
Or to bounce ideas off of.
Sure.
Like,
Right.
sometimes you don't want to go to I don't always want to go to my sisters and my parents.
Yeah.
I don't, you need someone to kind of bounce off with someone.
Right.
But
Yeah. I had two little brothers growing up. I never had sisters. So I think I became accustomed to my friends being my sisters.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's helpful to have that little bit of distance, I think. And,
yeah,
you know, I joke, my nanny calls my college best friend group chat the committee. So anytime I have like
So
a,
I
cute.
think that's brilliant.
anytime I have a parenting question, I ask the committee. And listen, you know your friends,
Right.
and sometimes you ask specific questions of specific people, knowing
Right,
that
because you know how
What
their
you're gonna
responses
get.
are going to
totally. So I'm very lucky that I'm surrounded by a lot of resources
Yeah.
Yeah,
on
it's
that front. You know,
important.
I'm sure you agree that if we ask our mothers, they will say, you know, like my mom claims that we all potty trained ourselves and that nobody had to be sleep trained
Yeah.
and everything was easy.
Perfection, easy,
Right,
yeah.
right. So,
Everything was easy back then,
Remind
they
them that
say.
when they get short with us, just so
Right.
you know. Yeah.
Right, that's true.
So, but no, all in all, I'm very lucky. And for the most part, listen, I think even in the best marriages, it's difficult. And I actually love all my friends' spouses. They're my friends also. And I think even just keeping a marriage afloat while raising kids is very challenging. So, you know, in the best case scenario. So I think whether you're single or not, parenting is very
Yeah.
challenging.
Very.
Yeah.
You have a ton of responsibility. And you're in probably the same situation as I am, where God forbid something happens. The onus is on you and I. Like, that's it. Like, you just always, I feel like, have to be on. You just got to be
Yes,
on.
correct.
You know what I mean? You don't have, which is not a negative, but you just don't have that person to bounce off of, which
Right.
could be great,
Right.
you know, but it's just a ton of responsibility because everything's in your hands.
Yeah.
And that's taxing after a while.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, there are benefits. You don't have to negotiate with a partner on parenting styles and things like that. But also, like you said, responsibility is all yours. That's
Mhm.
it.
Yeah,
Everything.
and there's like a friend of mine was just saying today that like her son has a doctor's appointment tomorrow that's really important and she's upset she can't go, but her husband's going to take him. So like
Right.
I wouldn't feel comfortable sending my son to an important doctor's appointment
Yeah,
with someone
I would have
other
to be
than
there.
me,
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
So
That's the same way
the
I
buck
was.
stops
Right.
with us
Yeah.
effectively.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a lot sometimes
Yeah.
because you never know, you know? You go through hoping you want the best and everything's going to be the best, but you just don't know sometimes how things
Yeah.
turn out.
It's definitely taught me to be more flexible and
Okay, so
roll with
that
the
was one of
punches a
my
little
questions
bit.
coming up. Flexibility was one of them. But before we get to flexibility, I was curious because I know all households are totally diverse now. There's so many different, but is there a stigma that's still associated with being a single parent, you think?
There's yeah and no. I think some people get it
Uh-huh.
and some people just don't.
Right.
Like, I'm not poor me, poor anything.
Right.
But being a single parent, regardless of how many kids you have, I don't know if there's like a stigma with it, but I don't know. It's not a stigma, but I'll put it this way.
Okay.
I was never asked to go out with friends after
Right.
I got divorced.
Really?
Like, no, a couple ever asked me to join them or do anything with them. And if there was, parties with couples, I may not be included.
Mhm.
Right.
I think so. It's not like necessarily a stigma, but there's definitely some thought that goes with that when people include you and people don't.
Yeah.
I think in your case it's different because
Right, probably.
it was an unanticipated situation.
Right.
You know, probably 10 or 15 years ago before I did this, I knew of a couple women who had done it. And I'm going to be totally honest, I found it to be kind of sad. And I remember thinking to myself, I will do this if I have to, but it would be sad for me.
I find it so liberating.
But now
on
that
the
I'm
other
in it,
hand.
I was just
don't-
going to say, do you feel that way
No,
still?
I don't give it a second thought. And I honestly often forget that my life is different in
Right.
that way. Like it's so second nature at this point.
Do you think it's personality too? Because you are such an independent woman, such a go-getter, so definitive in the way
That's
that
a
you
good
want
question.
things.
I don't really know that a woman who isn't those things would voluntarily do something like
True,
this.
true.
I don't know if I would.
Yeah.
To me, you've always had your life together. You, like what Melissa said, you've
Right.
always been a go-getter and had a good head on your shoulders and stuff like that. It's questionable whether I could do it.
That's understandable. I mean,
Yeah.
I have friends who ask me about it. And sometimes I'm like, ooh, I think to myself, like, I don't know if that would be good for them. But I think you really have to want it.
I think you have to be a strong person. You have to.
You really have to want it. You really have to want kids. You really have to be willing to make a lot of sacrifice. And I think it's not for everyone. As I said, like, I'm so lucky. Like, all of my best friends live within 15 minutes of me.
That's cool.
My brother lives 5
That's
minutes away
cool.
from me. My parents live 5 minutes away from me, max. So I have a whole world around me. I have a steady job that I've had for a long time. I'm financially stable enough to make it work. So, I mean, these are all unusual things to have all in the same
So I was going to ask
place.
you about that too. I was going to ask you about, we always hear it takes a village.
It does.
So did you, knowing that you were stepping into this choice, did you curate your village beforehand?
I don't know that I curated it so much that I would have not done it had
If you
I
didn't
not
have
had
it
all
already
these
established.
things in place.
Right.
There's just no way.
Yeah,
There's no way.
you can't. And how do you curate your village? Like, because yours wasn't by choice.
I mean, thank God I had my sisters and my mom. I mean, that was my village.
Right.
I didn't want to go out of that.
Right.
But I was hoping my sisters would be by my side and my mom would be my side and support me. If I didn't have that, this would be a totally different situation.
Right.
Completely.
But I see that you have that, and with your friends though. Like, I know, and you probably do this with your son and when he gets older, but you have parents who are the same after school activities. So
Yes.
there's always someone who can pick
Yes.
up or take.
you
or,
gotta,
like,
you don't
event.
have to have it, but it certainly helps to have
But it's
that.
outside of like the ones that you had already established.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how does your parenting experience compare to how you thought it would be when you were younger?
I didn't think about how it would be when I was younger, but every day was a teaching day for me. I mean, it's still to this day. It's
Right.
still teachable moments every time something happens.
Right. Right.
I mean, you don't know I don't, in the beginning, you don't know what you're doing as a parent, I find.
Right.
And then slowly,
No.
as
It's
you get
all a
into
learning
it,
experience.
you learn.
And each kid is different.
Very. So it
So,
really just
Just
depends.
warning, whatever you did
I've
with the
heard,
first one
I've
may or may
heard.
not work with the
I'm a
second
little
one.
frightened as to what's coming for me. But.
You'll be great. You'll be great.
I think it's going to be fabulous, but
And they'll bounce off each other.
Yeah.
And will
Oh
help.
yeah, they'll be partners in crime. But also, the second one is much more savvy, I think, because they watch
Which
what
is
you,
frightening.
Yeah, they watch what you do with the first one, and they go, noted.
Yes.
And then the third one, forget it.
Yeah. That one just does whatever. Yeah.
What's the biggest misconception you have about solo parenting that you guys
I think
get?
people think it's just easy. I think people think you got a team to rally around you and it's not that difficult, but there's so many factors of everyday life that go into it. And it's easy if you want to do it.
Right.
You know, if you want to do it and you want to raise your kids and you want to do that, it's difficult. It's difficult. I think people think it's easier than what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I actually get the opposite impression.
do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think people, or at least the way people say it to me, like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you're doing this. It must be so crazy. And it is. But again, like,
I think it's so common. It's more common
it's so
now,
common.
right?
I mean, between people who are divorced,
Right.
widowed, and all of these factors, or if, even if there is a partner in the picture, but they're not there that much. Like, I hate to say it, but like the mother typically carries the
The
load
weight, yeah.
regardless.
Right.
And so I don't know. It's all I know, right?
Right.
Like I used to say when I
True.
lived in New York, I went to college in New York, I stayed in New York, and I used to say like living in New York was all I ever knew. So I thought it was normal to live in a tiny apartment and have no personal space and like drag your Bed Bath and Beyond bags and your packages
Right.
on the city bus, lugging everything around
Right.
like a bag lady.
Jessica, I think the other Jessica
was in
misses
the
that
same- I
still.
miss it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
do too. So I thought that was normal. And
Yeah.
then I moved to Miami. I went from like a studio apartment and moved into a 2-bedroom. And I'm
Right.
like,
And public
wow, I'm
transportation?
like
And you
the-
take
What?
a car and it's like,
I felt like, the Queen of Sheba by the time I moved here.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's a similar thing. I think it's just sort of muscle memory. And I knew it would be difficult because I really I'm so lucky that I'm close with my friends and I spoke to them a lot about their
Right.
own parenting experiences. So I did listen, like, pardon my French, but it's a mind fuck every,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
every day.
It is.
Yeah.
And of course, you know, there's so many things that come up that you didn't even know
Yeah,
existed.
that's the other thing. There's
Right.
so much
Oh
that
my
comes up
gosh.
unexpected.
And everything these days is like so overanalyzed. And so you have to also try and make a judgment call as to how much you want to make decisions yourself versus rely on
The committee.
the committee or even a professional
Right,
opinion.
right.
Not that I'm the type that doubts a professional opinion, but sometimes you're like, the kid's 3, this is getting out of control.
Right.
Those are the decisions that I find are difficult sometimes because the onus is on you. So, you
right.
know, you go through that thinking process a little bit more, I think, just to make sure you think you're doing the right thing.
Sometimes you wish like somebody would just make the decision for you.
Right.
in a
That's
way.
yeah.
Or
Right.
make you feel like you're for sure making the right decision.
Right.
But
Right. But in the end, it's us making this. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
But I think it's what you said before, like having a partner to bounce off of. When
Yeah.
you said, I just wanted to speak it out to somebody that just said, okay, yes, this is it or that's not it.
Yeah.
So how do you think being a single parent impacts your kids?
oh. When they were younger, I don't think I saw it as much.
Mhm.
I think now that they're older, okay, they've never said anything to me, but I always was a little bit worried. Like when they go to someone's house and they see the family eating dinner and they see them, like, I wonder what my son says or what he thinks or what he does or if he's sad or, you know, you always try and protect them as much as you can, but sometimes they don't express it, but you want to know how they feel in certain situations.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mine is still little, so remains to be seen. But, you know, people ask me how I'm going to speak to him about it one day. And the truth is I have no freaking idea.
Right.
But I always wondered if he was conscious of it. Like, you know, obviously we talk about other people's dads and that kind of thing. And like nonchalantly the other day, like literally less than a couple of weeks ago, he said something, and he only speaks in Spanish for now, but he said something
love
that
that.
like, I don't have a dad. I have a mom and I have Fafa, who's his nanny.
Uh-huh.
And I thought that was like interesting because he just said it so
Matter of
casually.
fact.
Yeah. So I was relieved
Uh-huh.
that he was conscious of it and he didn't seem upset by it.
Well, like you said, that's all he knows.
Right. And like selfishly, like he's, you know, you see all this stuff about like moms and their sons and like what a special bond it is. And then I think about what a nightmare of a person I was as a teenager.
Your mom says you're perfect.
No, I guarantee you she does not say that. And don't even ask my dad. But there is like such a special bond that we have. And, you know, I work full time, but I still spend so much time with him. And I don't feel that he feels that I'm absent. And like we have something different than what he has with other people in his life. And it's like that. I feel that. I know that that's true.
Right. Do you think it makes them more independent, more self-sufficient, more organized?
I don't know.
Yet to be determined.
Yet to be determined, but yeah, I'm still in. I hope it doesn't make them sad.
Got it.
Yeah.
I'm still there, even though they're older.
Mm-hmm.
I still, you know, it runs through my head. I hope they don't see this and they're sad that they're missing out on this or
less than kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot. Let's see what happens. You know, you don't know all the time.
That would probably be my primary concern also. Although in some ways, in my case, I feel like.
Actually, I'm lying. I'm sorry. I think when they were younger, I'm thinking about it as we're going through. I think when they were younger, it was probably more difficult for me then because.
Well, it was a shock also.
Well, it was a shock and it was also they're little and they can't really decipher everything. And I just felt sad and I felt bad for them. As they're older, they're used
like
to
grief.
me. I think they're older. They can express it differently. They know I've got them, just like your kids know you've got them. So I think it's more when they're younger and they see these families together and the parents coming out for the sport games and things like that.
Okay, so you think it's like a sadness, like a grief for the loss of what you figured in the future the vision was.
I will tell you though, I feel in the 8 years that this happened, I definitely see way more single parenting going on,
Yeah.
going to these games.
Yeah.
Sometimes people are married and the other parent just doesn't even go. So
Right.
I feel a little better.
Which is
Right.
almost worse, frankly.
Yeah, right.
Right.
But it's you see a lot of like it I don't know. It's more, I don't want to say normal because it's always been normal, but it's more accepting and you always see one
Right. I think
parent.
there's a lot more diverse households
Right.
now.
I do too.
But I want to go back to something that Jessica Kay said about like navigating difficult things. How do you navigate difficult questions? I
He
mean,
hasn't
yours is
asked me
still
any.
little yet, but how do you anticipate that and how do you deal with it?
I think I would just be honest with
Mhm,
him
mhm.
probably and
Yeah.
just I have no interest in him having like any kind of relationship with the donor or anything
Mhm.
like that. Not that that's even possible, but with all this 23andMe and
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah,
I
yeah.
suppose as an adult, if he wants to pursue that, he can. Like for me, a friend of mine just did this, and I remember she was agonizing over finding like a sperm donor, and I was like, it's not their dad, you
Right.
know, like
It's a donor.
it's literally a science,
Right.
like it's. So I've always just thought about it that way. I really don't know. I think I almost, and maybe I'm seeing the glass too half full, but I think because of my situation and because my friends knew that I was thinking about this long before I did it, I almost feel like everyone in my life not overcompensates, but like he has so many parents in his
Right.
life,
Yeah.
essentially.
That's
So
cool.
he like is so close with all
Not
my
lacking for
friends.
anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I, as a kid, always was close with my friends' parents also. And so I don't know.
Okay.
I think to your point, the only thing that would worry me is for him to feel sadness over it. And I'm sure there will be moments of that, but I feel like he's pretty well
Adjusted.
taken care of
Yeah.
by
Yeah,
the
like
village.
he doesn't necessarily have missed that part.
Right.
You know
I
what
mean, I think in your case, in my case, he never knew it. Right.
Right,
So it's a
right.
little different.
So
Yeah.
how do you navigate the difficult questions?
So I gotta be honest. I wish I got more difficult questions.
Really?
They don't really like they express it, but they won't ever really like express it in a way where I have to answer questions. I
Mhm.
think they get it. I think they understand what's going on, and I think they just continue from there on out.
Right.
Um,
Do you think they discuss it among themselves?
Good question.
that
I
is a
was
good
just thinking
question.
about it
I
just
don't
now.
know. I'm sure there's been comments back and forth, but I don't know.
Okay.
I am anticipating maybe when they get older, a little bit
Mhm.
older, that the questions may start coming more.
Also, I think
Right.
maybe when they get into their own
I mean,
relationships,
they know what's
maybe
going
they
on.
will. Yeah.
Yes, that's another thing I'm concerned about.
Right.
Too.
What?
Right.
Relationships. You know,
Theirs. Yeah.
yeah, I want them to know that they can do it solo or they can have a healthy, happy partner with them. I mean,
Don't you think they see that in all of your friendships and in all of your relationships that you guys have? That they have
I
so
hope
many
they do.
examples of different kinds of households and
I think it's more in her case, like when your kids are in relationships and they're navigating, I
Mhm.
suppose, difficult dynamics if they come up, like hopefully that would be something that you could talk about.
Right.
with
That's where I
them
hope
and-
it does come up.
Right.
Yeah.
Because anything's possible out there. You know,
Yeah.
just because my situation ended up like this or you're making a decision for yourself, it works out.
yes.
Like it definitely will work out. You just need to probably keep the communication line open for quite some time.
Oh, I think that's
and
the
never
key to
let it go.
everything.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't get questions. I kind of wish I did. I mean, they know what happened. They know what's going on. They're old enough, obviously.
Right.
So I think from me communicating at a level for each child at the appropriate age throughout this time, they got it.
They got it.
Yeah.
So how do you guys prioritize time for yourselves or self-care? Or you just don't have time?
It's probably more difficult for you between work and the kids, to be honest.
Yeah, I saw that question and I was like so embarrassed because I was like, I just don't.
You
Like,
can't.
You can't.
I mean,
Yeah.
your situation's very
It's-
difficult too.
It's, I think, listen, like, do I get a manicure every few weeks? Yeah. But I think it's harder for me to like go out to dinner and like if I was going out to dinner and leaving my son with my husband, it would be a lot different than like leaving him with his nanny,
Right.
which she's our family at this point. She was literally my nanny from when I was little. So, but there's just something different about it. So like you feel a sense of guilt every
Okay,
second
that's what I was just
that,
going to ask. So
that
there's
you're not
feelings
with
of guilt.
them that you otherwise would. But I think that's also a factor of his age. And I
Right.
think once kids get past a certain age
Yeah.
and they're a little bit more independent,
Gets much easier.
they're not so demanding of your time. So
I also think married or not, there's always mom guilt.
But also to your defense, like when you go out and sometimes people have that husband, the husband doesn't watch the kids.
correct.
Do you know what
Often,
I'm saying?
Right.
Often,
Like
yeah.
you don't want that either. So
Right.
I get that.
And
But-
like I'm involved with some charity things that I often have to do stuff on nights and weekends and work things the same. And I get frustrated by it. But then I keep telling myself, like, people just do this. You know,
Right.
you have to do it. People just do it. It's
I
part
also
of it.
think you're setting a remarkable example for your child, like to show them.
I do
Right?
too. More so for her. I'm sorry.
yeah.
I'm not putting you in a box because I think it's very common, but yeah, I agree.
It's
To
not
be a
that
working
common.
mom is what I'm saying. I think it's
it's a lot.
an incredible
And
example to
especially
set for
when
your
they're
children.
young.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
I have to tell you, like,
It just is a lot. I get it. When they get older, it gets easier, but it's demanding.
yeah, but going to work is actually like,
Amazing.
yeah,
Yeah.
Mm.
I wish I probably had a job when my kids were little. I miss that.
it's really like, it sounds absurd and possibly pathetic, but like, that's my me time.
No, I
Like,
get it.
I think it's awesome.
even my
volunteer
drive
now.
to work, I'm like, to listen to music by myself for 25 minutes and
Just to
just turn
think.
it off is like such a luxury. And I'm lucky that I like my job and I work for a company that's very supportive.
I'm
of
having you
parents
come
in
back to
general.
talk about it all because I was fascinated with what you're
Yeah.
doing. So you
I
have
mean-
to promise to come back another
Yeah.
time to do a whole episode on that.
Yeah. So I am lucky that I have a lot of flexibility. If I need to take him to a doctor's appointment or go to something at the school, like I can do
Right.
all those things. So again, like adding to the list of things that work in my favor for this situation, I would say.
Is it hard to ask for help when you need it?
Yeah.
Why?
There's a bunch of reasons. One, you don't want to ask anyone to help you because you want to seem like you can do it. But also, to me personally, it's just easier for me to do it. It just is. You know, to
Yeah.
have to get someone and explain it, and you do it yourself. You know what you're doing, and it's done how you want it done, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
I find.
I think it's really hard to ask for help. And
Yeah.
I think that anytime I do, I feel like I'm imposing, even
Right.
though the person who I ask probably would be
Be
upset if
thrilled
they
to-
heard me
yeah,
say that.
yeah.
Right.
But even like with my mom, my mom's not one of those people who's like going to pick up my son at school every day or like have him over for a whole weekend. And like, I respect that. I knew
Right.
that about her before I had kids. She had 3 kids of her own.
Right.
Like she's been through it before and I want her to enjoy being a grandmother.
Right.
Mhm.
And I know people that make a lot of demands of their parents for childcare. And I don't think that that's really fair either.
Right.
So I try not to abuse that.
Right.
And of course, my friends are amazing, and they always say like I can come pick him up, send him to my house.
They're
but he's
probably
still
thrilled
young.
to, yeah, but they're
So
probably
it's like-
thrilled to do it.
Yeah.
you know,
but
then
when
I'm like,
he-
oh, they have a pool with no fence, and
Oh
I'm
my
thinking
God.
Oh,
of
then
like
you
all
wear,
the-
yeah, forget.
you know.
See,
So
that's
again, when
it's
they're
all
older,
that.
I think that these kinds of things are easier. So,
So much.
everyone's willing to help, and I know if I called any of them in a second, they would. But I'm still in a little bit of a precarious.
No,
stage,
I
I
was the
think.
same way for a really long time. Like even if you asked my 8-year-old to come swimming at your house, I'll be there.
Oh, I was the same way. And I don't know if it's control or not control, but I feel like it sits better in your heart that you know you're on top of it.
Right.
And you're getting rid of those variables that'll play in your mind that will
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're not sitting somewhere else like constantly thinking about it because
Right.
that would kill me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Asking is tough because I think people say, I'm here if you need me. Like, you know, I feel like now that I'm pregnant, I'm getting fed like all this nonsense on Instagram relating to that. So, you know, they'll say when you're pregnant or when you're immediately postpartum and like, you know, there's all this content about how the husband doesn't like just offer to help. They just like doesn't offer a specific task, right? So saying I'm going to be here versus texting someone and saying, like, I try to be mindful of it. My neighbor across the street just had a baby. So I'll text her and be like, can I order you dinner tonight? Or
Right.
I'm going to Publix. Can I get
Oh,
you
that's
something?
nice.
Oh, that's
Like
nice.
to be specific.
Right. Not just say, I'm
rather-
here when you need me,
Exactly.
but actually
Exactly.
doing the action.
Right.
I'm
Right.
at Publix. What can I pick up for
Exactly.
Right.
you? Got it.
Yeah.
So
Got
they
it.
don't have to think, frankly, about what it is they need.
You
Right.
tiptoe around that a little bit.
Do you?
Well, you don't want to impose, like
Yeah.
Jessica said. You don't want to impose.
Right.
And I'm also a control freak. And
Right,
like,
I
I
am
do this
too.
at work all the time too. I'm like, yeah, I could explain somebody else how to help me do it, but it'll be faster
If I just do it
if
myself.
I just do it
It's
myself.
just much
Yeah.
easier.
Yeah.
It's like if I asked you to come babysit when they were little and to explain this, and that. Forget it. I love you dearly, but it's just easier.
It's easier to do yourself.
Mhm.
No, I get it. It's the same, vice versa. Like, you were very young when I had kids, but it was easier for me to do it than to say,
Yeah.
Mhm.
can you come over? And I
Yeah.
got
But
it.
then you go, it's the same cycle every day, though, kind of.
Yeah. Dare I ask about dating?
I aspire to it one day.
You'll
Got it.
find someone without a doubt. It was difficult. Sorry. More so when they're younger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to make sure it's a good date. You want to leave your kids if it's a crappy date because then you
Right.
feel bad for leaving your children.
Right.
And you don't have that much time. So you hope that person understands,
Right.
you know? And if they don't, then bye-bye.
That's not the person.
Then you got to go. And they have to understand because you're at beck and call whenever your kids need you.
Well, that's the
If-
priority. Yeah.
You know, if I was working, which I looking back, I wish I did, it's a little different because you have a place to be and you're responsible at work. Whereas if you're not and you're out and about, everything comes your way, constantly.
I actually think it's a lot easier to go to work than
Right.
to.
But you're taxed when you come home because you're tired,
Yes and no, but then like you almost don't have time to agonize over certain things. And when I see some of my friends who don't work, like it's a lot more difficult, I think.
I agree looking back now. I wish
And
I
I
had
think
a
a
career
lot
to
of
fall back
a lot
on.
of stay-at-home moms are down on themselves about it. And I'm like, you are doing God's work because let me tell you,
Well, it gets your
I'm not
yayas
cut out for
out.
that.
Like you concentrate on something else and you don't have to worry about
Right.
all that. You
But
put all,
Yes, exactly.
it's nice.
And like what you said,
Ooh,
I
always
think it
do.
depends on the person. There are some people who are cut out to be stay-home moms.
Totally.
And there are some people who should never be stay-home moms.
I
and
should
so I
never.
think it should just
At least you know that.
some mothers should know themselves better. I'm just going to leave it at that.
Right.
But no, it just, I think it depends on the person.
Yeah.
And how many kids you have too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how do you all see flexibility in parenthood?
I'm feeling it a little now, more so. I mean, I got to tell you, last year when my son went to college and my daughter was in 11th grade of high school, there was a big shift for me, a huge shift for me.
Yeah.
You kind of, you get to a place and you're like, all right, I got this. You're not there yet, but you're kind of like, I got this.
And
Sorry,
then does
I
it
might cry.
change?
I did this.
Uh-huh.
It's
Everyone's
been many
alive.
years. Like
Right.
I got my kid to college.
It's fucking amazing.
You know, you got your kid. Like it's baby steps, but
Huge accomplishments.
you're pretty impressed with what you do. And I don't mean to be like a woo woo woo.
No, do it.
No, but you look back and you're like, how the hell did I get through that?
Because you're fucking amazing.
It's every day is you just get through the day.
You got to do it. I mean,
Yeah.
what else are you going to do? You
Right.
got these children that look up to you and want you to be there for them, and you got to do it. I'm okay.
You're okay?
Yeah. I don't want the
Tissues? No?
tissue.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, but I finally got like that. Like I feel like, everything was pigpenish
like
back
you
in
could
the
sit
day.
back and like maybe take a breath.
Yeah, I could. I was like, all right, like I'm in a spot where they're growing and they're doing well. And I felt like I got into the next category.
I'm glad that you were able to like
Thank
pause
you.
and
Thank you. You'll
feel
be
that
there
way.
too. And you'll
I'm just
stay-
excited to send my kid to the movies, frankly.
You're like,
Baby
I've got
steps.
2 hours of
Baby
break.
steps.
Right.
That's it. You'll get there too.
Yeah. I was definitely an inflexible person and you just don't have a choice.
You don't.
You have to pick your battles. Like I say, when I send him to my mom's house, she can do whatever the hell she wants. I don't care. Like she raised 3 kids. It's going to be fine.
Right.
My nanny brings him candy every day when she picks him up from school. Does it make me crazy? Yes. Is it worth getting in a fight with her over? No,
No.
I'm just out of sight, out of mind.
Right.
Like, everyone's fine.
He's healthy.
He goes
he's
to the
happy.
dentist, his teeth are fine. Like,
Right. That's it.
So it's just, you definitely learn to chill out a little bit.
Okay,
Yeah.
so going along
You
with the
have
chill
to.
out
You
theme,
have to.
how do you imagine that your home life is different as a solo parent compared to other home lives?
Chaotic.
Chaotic?
It's a zoo.
It's just chaotic. It's organized
I don't know that it wouldn't
chaos.
be if I was married, but it's definitely a zoo.
Even if you were married, it's organized chaos.
Yeah.
To be honest.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. I don't know that it's particular.
Yeah. It's
I
organized
think
chaos.
parenthood is continual juggling. So,
Yes.
Yeah. Regardless of your situation.
does technology help or hurt?
I'm gonna get in trouble for saying this.
What?
It helps for me, even though it's not a great thing, but it helped for me because it gave me free time to do other
Yeah,
things.
duh.
Oh, okay.
You're a human.
I know, but I don't want people like, oh my God. I mean, listen,
I'm
it was
sorry.
great.
Like-
It was great for me because then you can focus on another kid or you can do something else. Like it gave you little breaks
Right.
when they're more so when they're little. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And-
even now, there's
Okay, but so you don't have this yet because your children aren't old enough to have cell phones. But do you
Yeah,
think
that's terrifying.
does that help you, like as far as getting in touch with them or?
Life 360. Oh, love that.
Is that where you can like track them or?
Just for peace of mind.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
they tell me where they're going. That's fine. But when they leave, I just want to know that they got to the next place okay.
Right.
Things like that.
Do you make them text you and say, okay, I got to this next place or we're going here?
I love
or-
you. I know your kids did that to you, but my kids are not doing it to me.
Goals.
Like she's been telling me this for years.
I was like, set a precedent when they're younger. Like, make sure if they have the
I still
responsibility
text my
of the
mom,
car.
by the way.
Okay, so
Yeah.
yeah, so do you. So that's
Yeah,
fine.
probably.
But
I don't know that my kids will be doing that for me, but
Yeah.
I will always do it with my
But
mom.
okay, also, I did not have 360 or cell phones.
Right.
Like when I was raising kids, it was a little different. So I was like, when you get there, you have the responsibility
Oh,
of a
yeah, I would've
car,
been
then
like
you have
that
the
too.
responsibility of calling me and telling me you're at the place you said you were at.
Mhm.
And if you change, you gotta let me know.
Right.
So I know where to find you in case.
Now
if
you
we're-
just track them.
yeah. Now you just track them. Okay. So I
I
guess
track my
technology
mom.
helps.
I
Yeah.
do track my mom, and she's pissed about
Someone
it.
tracks
she?
our mom.
Don't give that up out.
Oh.
That's private information because if she knows, we're all
Sorry.
screwed.
Sorry.
Edit that out.
Yeah.
I don't edit, but don't listen to the podcast. And just so you know, Ma, it's none of us. So
Right. Yeah. it
be
is
worried
none of
about your
us.
grandchildren.
I think she knows, but it's okay.
I asked
don't
my
think
dad
she
if I could
cares.
track him, and he
Yeah?
was like, "Absolutely not."
That's so
That's
funny.
so funny. I love that. I would love to track them.
Really?
We'll track her.
No.
Oh, I
yeah.
totally track my. It's more like if I'm going to call her, I check to see if she's at a place where I know she can't
called
answer
her
the
3
phone.
times today and she didn't answer. So I'm
Because
like,
why?
she's mad at me.
No, because it's cards.
Oh, it's
Oh,
cards
she's
day.
playing cards.
Yeah, you can't call on a cards day.
No, but usually like when I call twice or 3 times, she'll be like, "What's up?"
No, they're all probably giving her looks at the card table. And
No, I think she would. She probably left her phone somewhere or something like that.
oh God, help us all.
Or she's mad.
I think that's always the possibility.
I mean, not mad, but you never know.
We're gonna send her to your house if that's the case.
We'll desensitize her real
yes,
fast. Don't
that's
worry.
it. That's it.
But looking at Jessica, my
Yeah.
opinion, at her age and the way you are definitely a lot more structured.
Well, I'm a lot older probably than you were when your kids were.
Yeah,
my
but
age.
I wish not that I was more structured, but I wish that I had more insight into it.
Okay,
Even
but
though,
does that come with age, like Jessica said?
yeah, it probably
Probably.
does because anyone that gave me insight, I probably wouldn't listen to anyways, and it's different for every single person.
It's also different when you have a kids in your 20s.
Right.
You don't
Right.
have an established field that you're working in.
Right.
You don't have financial independence.
Right.
You don't have enough life experience. I mean, it's different nowadays. Kids are waiting to have it until their 30s to start having families because they
Right.
want that foundation.
They want to work and travel and do all that.
But they
Yeah,
wanna
'cause,
have
like
the
I have the
security of
luxury
that.
of being like, I know everything is going to work out.
Right.
Basically, like somehow it'll work out.
Yeah.
But I also think, in a way, I would like to think that I feel like the pressure in my generation growing up, and maybe even the kids a little younger than me, I think parents put so much pressure on themselves and their kids to like
100%.
tick all these boxes and go to so and so school and
It's
do so and so
crazy.
extracurricular activities. And I actually think that there's less of that now in a way.
Oh, I
Again,
hope
maybe
so.
I'm
not with
but
the
I don't-
college.
really?
Not,
I
it's
feel like
terrible.
people were so obsessed with that, and
They still are.
I don't know, really.
Very
There's
much
so many different career paths that kids can get into now. Before it was like doctor, lawyer, whatever. I mean, when
Doctor, lawyer,
my dad
teacher.
used to like
Yeah.
laugh at my art history degree. I mean, who's laughing now? I got a job and I kept it. But
And I'm fascinated. I'm telling you, you have to come back and
Yeah.
talk about it.
you know, but
fascinated.
I just think that the directions that you can take in life are so much more broad than they used to be.
Oh, yeah.
And there's like,
Yes.
it's so not black and white anymore.
And I think
And college
jobs-
it's a
is
blessing and a
definitely-
curse, right?
Yeah.
Because
And
I think
college is not definitely a go.
correct.
You know?
But
like
also, a lot of the jobs that existed then didn't even exist when my
Yeah.
children were going to school because they
Yeah.
hadn't been invented yet or
Right.
hadn't been formulated or discovered. So I feel like that's always evolving and changing as well.
Yeah. So I don't know. Listen, it's easy for me to say now that I'm all chill about this. I'm sure like 10 years from now, I'm going to be having 40
You can call
anxiety
Jessica.
attacks.
Yeah.
No, you won't be. You won't
But
be.
like, I don't know. Does it really matter? I think it more matters that you're paying attention to your specific kid and what it is
Yeah.
that works for them. And like, sure, if they can go to a top school because they can handle
And
it
excel in
it
it, yeah.
makes and it's good for them, then great. But like,
I think we've discussed this before. My husband always says, I know you've heard this before. It's not where you start, it's where you end up.
I
Yeah.
totally agree.
So-
I think it's more like the values and instilling a sense of ambition, whatever that looks
Right.
like. Then
Mhm.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
just hate this concept of like the keeping up with the Joneses and
No.
ticking the boxes.
No.
I
Not
don't. I
healthy.
think I think it's an exorbitant amount of money.
Well,
I think it's stressful.
And
on
I
those
don't
kids,
think
too.
college means as much as it did when we were
agree.
younger.
I'd like to agree with
Yeah.
my limited to no experience.
Yeah.
Yeah. The one thing though I will say that's important to me being a single parent is I hope my kids are okay. Not okay, like are they healthy, happy, that. I feel kind of bad. I know it was the right thing, but part of me feels bad for what happened to them. And so I always like hope that they see that what Jessica and I are doing will like set, we're there for them. We're there to help them. We're there to be there. I hope they see that. You know what? I hope they see the dedication, the love, the respect, the care that we have.
I think as long as they feel a sense of
Right.
stability,
I think
whatever
they do.
that looks like. Because as you said, even people with two parents, like it's not necessarily
No, and it could be a horrible
A good
marriage,
thing.
and those kids could hear them yelling and
Okay, you both just answered the same question.
Yeah.
Because you said it from an objective. I'm going to say it from a subjective. I think children are happy and healthy in a happy and healthy household.
right.
Whether that's one
Yes.
parent, whether that's two parents,
Yes.
whether it's multiple generations. I see that your children love and respect you, and they have never been happier and healthier because they're in a home that is filled with love
Right. That's
and
what
support and
it's not if
unconditional
there's
love.
two people or one people.
Right, exactly.
I don't-
It
I
has
really-
nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
Naively, I don't think
Yeah.
that affects in that way.
Yeah.
I think
No.
it's just setting a good example and being
Right.
surrounded by
Yeah.
By
I
love
think,
and
I think it's
stability.
yeah.
They know
Yeah.
that they're loved unconditionally.
right.
I hope they do.
Oh,
I'm
definitely.
sure they do.
And that
but-
they're surrounded by people who can advise them and help guide them in the right
Yeah.
direction.
Yeah.
What strength do you think you developed as a single parent that you're proud of?
Survival.
That's a good one.
That's a great one. Survival.
Repeat the question again to me.
What strength do you think that you've developed that you're proud of as a single parent?
Moldability, I guess.
Okay. Yeah. Adaptability, flexibility,
Adapt-
moldability,
yeah,
all those things.
flexibility.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do think it also gives you a sense of confidence, to your point. Like once in a while you have to sit back and be like, I've got this. Like it's not perfect.
Right. That's
It's
the
a
thing.
zoo, but like we're all alive. The kids are all right.
Right.
Like everyone is happy.
Right.
It's a stable situation. And like
Yeah.
that's as good as it gets, frankly.
Right. You
Right.
got to sit back and look. They're doing well in school. They
Right.
have friends. They're happy. Like you
Right.
do look at that and
Yeah.
appreciate.
I imagine that you have like a more deeper, meaningful connection with your children. You have more quality time together.
Oh, yeah.
I think
Is that
so.
you feel that's true?
Yeah. I mean, we're all like together.
And you love it.
Yeah.
I do. Yeah.
So how have your children benefited from having a single parent household?
I don't know yet.
Okay.
I don't yet. I guess they benefited hopefully from the love and the care and, you know,
Mm-hmm.
the suggestions and the pushing a little and and things like that.
Yeah. I think in a way, like, and I alluded to this before, like, I think we overcompensate with our love because of it. And I think they feel that. I mean, again, I only have one kid. I think it's different when you have more than one. But I just feel like I know him so
Yeah.
well.
Yeah,
Like,
you do.
you know, and he probably feels that way about me. He notices everything.
Yeah, their
Everything.
nuances, but they
Yes.
know your nuances.
Yeah.
Oh, big time.
They
Yeah.
They
pick
can
up on
read you in a
everything.
second.
Yeah. So it's, I mean, we really, right now, it's just the two of us. Like, we have each other.
That's
and
the best,
That's
though.
so
Isn't
cool.
it so
Yeah.
nice?
And it took a long time to get pregnant this time, but once I was pregnant, I was like, it sounds so cheesy, but I was like, I really felt like I needed to absorb every moment with him when it was just the two of us. So now I really feel like I'm being like trying to be more present with him and like really just enjoying. And he's like in a fun stage now too, because he's,
Cute age.
yeah, it's a cute age and he talks a lot and he's affectionate and
Aw.
every day he's coming up with new
I
things.
miss
It's a
when
really
they're
great
young.
age. It's
See,
a really
I
great
He's like
age.
fun and
It's-
he says
and
funny
everything's
stuff.
new,
Yeah.
and there's no editing, and
Oh,
they're
they're
your
the
best
best.
friend. And,
yeah. So I do feel like I'm able to enjoy this phase and I'm really trying to like soak it in until the next one comes.
love
and
that.
all hell breaks loose.
Oh
And-
no,
no,
it's
it
gonna
just
be
gets better.
Love only grows. That's all I can say is love
Yeah.
only grows.
I mean,
It's
as
just-
you know, with like babies, the first year is like kind of a blur. So.
Yeah, but the dynamic between your children is going to be.
That's what I said. Like
such an amazing thing.
once the baby gets a little older,
Yeah.
they'll do things together
Yeah.
and it will help you.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it will give them time to chill and play with each other.
Yeah. I mean, when I decided to have my first, I always knew that I wanted two
Right.
because I just felt like, first of all, like I love my siblings and they're such
Yeah.
a huge part of my life. And I felt it was really important for him to have a sibling.
Like me.
Right. You guys understand better
Yeah,
than
we
anyone.
get it.
Totally, we get it.
So, I mean, it's just, it's crucial.
Yeah, I think it's great. I think it's
Uh.
amazing. How has this journey made you stronger?
Oh, it made me a different person. For sure. For sure. I mean, it made me stronger, but it also made me think a lot more too at the
Right.
same time. It made me stronger, but there were other things too. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know the next word.
It makes you stronger. You don't have a choice.
Yeah, again, you don't.
Yeah.
You don't. You've got these little people looking up to you, and you
Yeah.
got to make do, and you got to make them.
You don't even have time to think about it, I find.
Right.
You
So
kind of-
that's
it's
what I
just
find. Like the first 6 years to me, you just go.
Right.
You just
Yeah.
go, and you don't even know what's going on.
Right.
And then it starts to like they get a little bit older, and then you can start to figure out things like there.
Right.
And then I guess it doesn't ever end, but you get to a point where you're like,
right.
okay,
I think
we
each
got
stage
this. We
probably
got
brings
it.
a different level of
Yes,
independence.
Yes,
for them.
yes.
Yeah.
When they start driving or when they go off or
I know, it's surreal.
even when they go to school for a full day, it's a huge change.
Yeah.
It's all of that.
I know, like my friends are sending their kids to sleepaway camp now. I'm like,
Oh my God, it's-
God.
No, you're gonna want to do it.
No, hell yes, I'm going to do it.
You're gonna want to do it. Trust me. I only have one in summer camp now. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh God.
I know. It's just such a foreign concept. I mean, once in a while, I'm like alone in my house for a little while. And even that just feels so thrilling at this point.
That's what I used
The
to.
bar is low, guys.
No, I get that though. I get that.
Yeah,
What's
They
the
used
most?
to make fun because they used to hide out in the bathroom all the time.
I get it.
But
Yeah.
they go knock, knock, knock.
yeah.
This morning, he almost came in and I closed the door immediately and locked it. I was like, just give me 5 minutes to put on a bra.
You're like, please.
What's the most rewarding part of your day?
At night. Like when you're done and you're just going to bed or watching TV and you're like, okay,
We made it to the finish
we made
line.
it this day. We got the next day, but we made it through this day and everyone's okay.
Yeah.
I-
It's like
I
walking
do.
out that door. Like, even if I go to sit at the table and eat a bowl of cereal by myself, I'm like, ah.
It was a
Right.
good day.
Yeah.
Although that moment coming home from work when he's like so excited to see me is fun.
Oh.
Like when he was first born, I lived in an apartment, and when I would come home from work, like his nanny would wait with him like by the entrance to the building, and he would get so excited, and it was like the best thing ever.
Oh, I love
That's
that.
the other thing that I lost. I don't know if you lost it, but trust. You lose a lot of trust. So it's important to have a nanny or someone like that you can fully trust. And
I mean, she's a complete insane person.
yeah, but that's
so am I.
good. That's good though.
And she lives with me, and we're all on top of each other. And again,
It's
it's a
perfect.
zoo. We all want to kill each other all the time. But
yeah,
like,
but that's
that's
like a
family.
family.
Yes,
That's
exactly.
what family is.
but she loves him, and he loves her. She's equally as ratchet as he is. I mean, they're totally nuts. But like, it works.
Can I ask you a question? You don't have to answer it.
Yeah.
Would you be open to dating?
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
I always was. Like, even after Ellie was born, I thought I would date, but then I spent 2 years trying to get pregnant. And when
Yeah.
you're doing that, you're just like on
You
so
don't
much
wanna.
medication, and you feel like shit, and you look awful, and it's just, you're not in that mindset. But
You
like,
say that, but you look so beautiful. I mean, really beautiful,
I
glowing.
saw your text
in
and
her
I was
beautiful
not
summer
expecting
dress.
all this.
Yeah, when you said you were like pregnant and like at the end of it, and I wasn't expecting. You walked in and you were like a breath of fresh air. You
Wow.
were just like
I'm coming
pink
here every
and
day.
glowing
Thank
and
you.
beautiful.
You're very put together. Like, you know what you're doing. And that I admire.
I don't know that looking put together and knowing what you're doing are
Well, I
necessarily
did not
the
look
same
put
thing.
together. I looked not put together, and I had no idea what I was doing.
Yeah.
Like,
I
at least you look like you got
Well,
it.
I knew I was coming on a podcast. I
got
put on
it.
a dress.
No,
I
but
slapped
the-
some lipstick on. Come
No,
on.
no,
Yeah,
you
but
got it.
Yeah, you
You've
do.
got it. You've got it. We've seen enough parents to know you've got it.
Like, you knew what you were getting into, and you were
Yes, I
willing and
did.
wanting to do it.
Yes.
And
the ownership of it.
it's amazing.
It's amazing.
Yeah, that I did. I definitely had an idea of what I was getting myself into. I mean, I think at the very, very beginning, when you were giving your introductions, you said it's like the most exhausting and rewarding
Yeah.
thing. And these are things that people tell you, but until you live them, you
Oh, you don't
know what
know.
that means.
Yeah.
And it's true. Like, you feel a love that you have never felt before in
Right.
your life. And then you feel an exhaustion and like a mental
It's a mental. It's very
Exhaustion.
mental.
and like an emotional exhaustion that
Yes.
you've
Oh,
never
yeah.
felt before.
Yes.
But so it's like ups and downs. Like
Yes.
but it's glorious.
The
But you
emotional-
really have to want it in
Yeah.
my case.
yeah, the emotional part was hard for me. Very
Yeah.
hard for me.
Yeah. Well, I always say to you, I mean, you haven't heard it, but I always say to her, I think you're always as happy as your least happiest child. So whatever the
Right.
Yeah.
level of
Right.
their emotional state is where you're at that moment.
Yeah.
And you can't rise until they are.
You
at it.
can't.
Yeah.
Like, your kid's not, okay or doing well. You're not
Sure.
okay or
Yeah.
doing well.
Right.
And
And you worry about it even when they are doing well.
Yes.
Yeah.
it's constant worry. For
Yeah.
me, it's constant. Not worry in a bad way, but even now
Yeah, but
sitting
now they're
here,
real people.
what's Sydney
Yeah.
doing? Where's Balin? Where's
Right.
Meyer?
Right.
What are they doing? Where are they at? Like, it's just it's constant.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think the baby phase has its challenges
Yes.
because of the uncertainty of it all. But I think, everyone always says bigger kids, bigger problems. And like, I just had breakfast with 3 of my best girlfriends. And, it's like, once they become real people, like, there's a lot of emotional
There's
baggage.
a lot.
There's drama at the school. There's
It's very
drama
different.
with the
Hormones in and
parents
of
and-
itself
yeah.
alone is a process.
Like, someone was just telling me that for their daughter's birthday that they went with like a group of 3 girls, and they were saying that the dynamic is difficult. And I was like, my mom always told me growing up that a group of 3 is bad news.
No, you have to be even number.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You have to be
Yeah.
even
Yeah.
number. 'cause
One
they
like,
got to
always
be able
is-
to
yeah.
pair.
I
up.
got that
Exactly.
too.
Yeah.
And, so those are things that I'm not dealing with yet.
No, they say when they're little, it's more physically demanding, and when
Correct.
they're older, it's more
Correct.
emotionally damaging.
Yeah.
Demanding.
I found it more difficult when they were younger.
Yeah.
I think just because you're in this protective mode in a
Yeah.
way that,
Yeah.
they're little, they don't have a lot of direction, and you just constantly want to make
Well, you're
sure.
like, what the hell is going on?
It's more hands-on.
It's more
Yeah.
hands-on, and it's more, like when they drive and they start to get independence, it's different.
Yeah. It's like an anxiety, but it's not like,
Right.
yeah, like physical. My son is only 3, but he's very big and heavy, and he
Oh, I had one of those.
thinks that he's a little poodle, but he's like a German Shepherd, and he just like. Luckily, he never wants to be carried, so that works.
Oh,
in my
you're lucky for
favor,
that.
but- but he's like a big
He's so
kid.
independent like
And
you.
he doesn't realize like his physical strength, which is a lot how my youngest brother was growing up. They're like total wusses, but they're huge.
Yeah.
Can I
Your
tell the
brothers
story?
Yeah.
Jessica's youngest was a big boy,
Huge.
and he
Huge.
was a lover. Just loved his friends, and he would see them, and they would come to preschool, and he would just be like, "Oh," and he'd go running towards them to give them a big hug and a kiss, hello, but then he'd flatten them.
Yes.
Because it was
Yes.
just like
They were
embrace
That literally
them
happened yesterday.
so fully
'Cause they're
with
like,
his
what's
love.
coming at me?
But he was a big boy, and he would just embrace them so much. And I thought it was, she's like, I got a call from school. And I thought it was the best phone call she could have ever gotten.
It's the
I was
same.
like, it's because he's so filled with
Yeah.
love, but they don't recognize.
Yeah,
like,
his
it's
love
great.
language is like body checking.
Yes.
his
Oh,
friends.
yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it. It's
So-
great.
It is.
Do you have a favorite family tradition?
Like within my own little
Yeah,
crew?
with your little crew.
I don't think so.
Or have you established one or no?
No, but I would have to think about that one.
Okay.
I don't know. He's very into like routines that he invents.
Yeah.
So
Oh.
it's like, every night we have to, have a certain sequence of events. And I
Yeah.
kind of like love that he's militant
I
about
love
it because
that.
I'm like that too.
And I'm not. And I wish I was a little bit more.
I mean, I can't be anymore, but now he's my boss.
Right.
So it's-
And then you'll have another one be.
Yeah. yeah.
The next one will
They'll
boss
both
you
boss
both.
you
Yeah.
around.
So that's cute. Like, but then he's, once in a while as a special treat, like he'll ask me to make cinnamon rolls. Okay, let's be
Ooh,
real. They're
yum.
literally the Pillsbury cinnamon rolls that you stick in the
Still
oven.
sounds
Yeah, but that's still
good.
Which
doing
is
something.
the extent of my kitchen capability, but it's like a special thing for him.
Yeah,
you
I
know?
love that.
So he's always like, every morning he wants to go to Starbucks and get a cake pop. So
Oh,
that's like
yeah.
a whole negotiation too. Like the
I
other night he
miss
said,
that though.
he said, I have a great idea. Let's go to the ice cream shop.
It's
and I
a
was
great
like,
idea.
Sure, great idea. No, we're not. Doing that.
Oh,
It's closed.
Yeah, things are
they're
closed.
already in
Things are
bed.
closed a lot.
They're already in bed.
The TV's not working is something we have to do every couple of weeks once
have to
things are
fix the
getting
TV.
dicey.
Oh God,
Yeah, it's very true.
that's so funny.
The
Be
worst
careful.
is when they're younger and it's not dark out and they're like, but it's not sleep time. And I'm like, it is.
I will say blackout shades were a priority. So I was
that's a good
that
idea.
terrifies me that
Yeah.
he's gonna because once he gets wind of that, it's game over.
Yeah, you're screwed a little
Yes,
bit.
That's why luckily
It's going to be the second one who's going to tell the first one
Oh my
about
gosh. All of my friends' second kids are complete psychos. I'm terrified.
Yeah, mine's the middle one, but yeah,
it.
they're
Yeah.
not, they're fun.
Yeah, but they're the ones you really have to keep an eye on.
Yeah.
They're like the climbers and the
Yes.
mischievous ones.
Yes.
Yeah.
You got to keep them straight,
Yeah.
very straight.
Yeah.
Okay. I did not know that until I had my second one because my sisters are so much more younger than I am. So I was like a mom to them. When I had the second one, the first one, follow the rules, whatever it was, it's great, whatever. And they're only 2 years apart. I had the second one. And one day I hear over the baby monitor, because I go to the kitchen to get like apple juice or whatever it is. And the first one says to the second one, oh, Mama says we're not allowed to do that. And the second one, a year and a half or 2 years old, says, well, if you don't tell her, how's she going to know?
Yeah.
I
Good for
nearly
her.
passed out in the kitchen. I was like, what the fuck? So yeah, that second one is going to teach your first one everything they need to know.
Yeah. Like
that's
my
it.
son is
Game
very
over.
energetic, but he's a rule follower.
Yeah,
and
because
he'll
that's the
listen.
first one, and there's
Exactly.
nobody else.
That's her.
That's me.
Her.
I'm
Yeah,
the first
that's
one.
me
There's
too. That's me
nobody
too.
else. There's nobody
I
else to
know.
bounce off of. You don't know any differently.
Yeah.
You've been dragged around by adults your whole entire life. You go with the program.
Yeah, we're like the boring
You don't
rule
know that there's
followers.
any other
Yeah.
program to go by.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah. So
Yeah. Okay,
that's-
go for that third.
I was just going to say, you might have
Hell
a third.
no.
You never know.
I'm too old and I'm traumatized by this pregnancy.
No, it's
No.
going to be so great.
Listen.
You'll forget about it. You'll forget
Listen,
about the
I
pregnancy.
say if I meet somebody and it happens,
Okay.
maybe. But I don't think I would like do IVF again and all that stuff. Ugh, hideous.
Yeah, but you never know.
It's true.
I
I
know,
never
but
say
we're
never,
sitting
but-
here looking at you thinking it's so impressive. It's just so amazing.
It is. It is.
Different perspective.
The fact to realize that and jump on it and follow through and do it
Yeah,
is
it's awesome.
is amazing.
It's awesome. What's the best part about being a single parent?
that you know everything about your kids.
Yeah.
You just know everything. There's
Yeah.
nothing left not said. They know how you operate. You know how they operate. Yeah, I think that's it.
I don't know. You get to celebrate the wins,
Yes.
knowing that they're yours and theirs only,
Yes.
and you can name them yourself.
You can make decisions, you know?
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, you can make decisions. Again, like a lot of people butt heads with their spouses about,
Yeah, there's
so
no
many
negotiating
things,
with
right.
somebody.
Yeah.
It's your decision.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think the closeness and everything is magnified, right?
It
in either
is
direction.
magnified.
Well
Yeah.
said. Well said.
Yeah, I know the second my kid's eyes go some way, I know something's up. Like, you just know. You know. Because you learn them inside and out because they're with you 24 hours a day.
Exactly. Yeah.
They're with you all the time.
Yeah. I think, like you said, all the nuances. What's the biggest takeaway about solo parenting that you want anybody out there listening to know?
It's not like a pity party.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Agree.
you get put in a role and it could be fabulous. It's not necessarily like a sad thing.
Yeah. I think I'm looking at both of you. I think it is fabulous.
Yeah, I don't feel that it's sad. I actually, before I
It's
did it, was
liberating.
worried that I would be sad, and most of the time I'm not.
No, it's probably very fulfilling.
Yeah. But I think the biggest takeaway is that, like, again, you have to want it, and you really have to feel that you have a strong support system in every way.
Yeah, I think so.
And to follow through because it's a journey. It's a journey with,
All right.
whether you're single or not with your kids.
And I also think, like, sometimes I think it's really not that different than non-single parenting.
Yeah.
I agree.
All right. Did I leave anything out? Anything anybody should know? Anything I should have asked?
No.
It's not that bad, guys.
Yeah, it just isn't. It isn't. I mean,
I think it's amazing.
You look back and you feel like you've accomplished something.
Mhm.
You definitely do.
Have.
Yeah, but
Absolutely.
you feel it at a certain point, and I didn't feel it for a long time. You just felt
Feel
like
you didn't
were
have the
just
chance to stop and think
yeah,
about
you
it
were
either.
just going. You just
You're
went.
surviving the day.
You survived the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think in your case also, you really, I mean, I don't know the details of your circumstances, but any divorce situation, like, you have to take care of yourself
Right.
also. And
Right.
that's a huge, huge part of it. And probably balancing that and keeping your kids afloat is a whole other element.
Yeah. I mean, you saw, like, for instance, I had to get new insurance. The insurance worked for my kids. I never checked it for myself because I was like, my kids got it. I'm good. None of my doctors now take it. So now I'm in a really crappy situation. But, like, you just don't think of yourself in those
Yeah.
moments. You go with
You
what
don't.
you don't. It's whatever the kids.
I know, because when I asked both of you what you do to prioritize
faces.
yourself, both of you are like, huh?
Yeah. Like, what do you mean prioritize?
What? I was like, what do you do for yourselves?
When
How
they
do you
get-
prioritize self-care? And you're like,
I mean, as they get older, you'll see.
Right.
You have more
but
time to
both
do
of
it.
you paused, and I thought, okay, that's not on the top of your to-do list.
Yeah, you just don't prioritize.
Yeah.
Because
Here,
any-
that's not to say it doesn't happen, but you don't
Right.
prioritize.
And any
Right.
free time I got, I just wanted to sit and watch TV
Same.
and not do anything.
And people don't understand that.
Right. I
Right.
didn't want to talk to anyone. Like,
Right.
if I had any free time, I'm sitting there
Or I
and
want to
watching
sleep.
some
Yeah.
show on Netflix that doesn't mean anything.
Right.
And that's
you want to veg
fantastic.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or
That's
like
what you do with
shop
your time.
online and
Yes.
never check out.
Right.
Oh, that happens all the time. Or
We all
Amazon,
do.
and you leave some,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh,
And then you're like, please show me all the things I need to buy for no reason.
Right. Just because. I love
Right.
it.
yeah.
I love it.
But it's rewarding. It's rewarding.
It is. It is.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank
Thank
you both
you.
for
Thank
being
you.
here so
This
much.
was fun.
Yeah.
This was
Thank you.
fabulous. This was amazing. It was great conversation. I'm glad that you were here. Both of you
Yeah.
were game.
I'm glad you're here because we're like totally different situations.
I know.
Yeah, I love
but-
that. I love
right. But it's nice because I feel like I can still relate to what you're saying.
Yeah.
that. Are you game for one more thing?
Sure.
Okay, so at the end of my episodes, you already know this, but I like to do a thing called quickie questions.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
All right, you ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. What's your favorite childhood memory?
Sundays going to pick up bagels and going to the beach with my grandparents.
I
Oh,
love
that's
that.
nice.
That's such a good one.
The bagels haven't changed so much.
Yeah.
That
Oh,
is
that's a good one. I
nice.
like that one.
Yeah.
What about you?
I I think just being with my sisters and stuff. I think that's just made me happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
That was like my favorite because it always was fun. So whatever
That's
what
that
we
third
were
kid.
doing. Yeah, that third kid.
Yeah, we did have a good time. We did. Have
We
a good
did.
Time.
It
totally.
was nice. It was
Yeah.
probably the same with your brothers.
Yeah,
you
the
know?
best. The
Yeah.
best.
What's your proudest moment?
I'll go. I think no, see, I think when I sent my first son to college, like I know from there on out, he's like not on his own, but he's on his own. And I think I was like, shit, like he was smart. He's a nice kid. He's respectful. There was just a lot of good qualities that I saw and that I saw in my other kids, but I was like,
Oh, this
I
is
did
real.
it.
Yeah.
Like, it's not over, but like, I got them through. Like,
You launched an incredible human being.
thanks. It's still difficult though, but yeah,
That is a wonderful, proud moment.
it is. It is.
But one that you can continue to have over and over again.
It is. It's nice. You probably feel the same way. It's just, when you do it, you just do it. You sometimes don't even process or think about it. You just go. So like when you finally got a kid off, you're like, damn. Like, and not,
It worked.
and he was healthy and happy.
You did well.
You did. And you just are like, thank God. Thank God, my kids are healthy and happy and you got them through.
It's not God.
I was
Yeah.
just going to say, thank you too. You did
Yeah.
that. Yes,
Yeah.
God, but also you.
Right.
Yeah.
No. That's why I respect Jessica so much because I went in having a husband and knowing I was going to have kids with that husband and knowing that you made a decision based solely on how you felt and what you thought you could do is just amazing.
Yeah.
It is. It's very rewarding.
It's strength.
Yeah.
It's courage.
It's strength. But the
amazing.
fact that you knew yourself
Yeah.
so well and you
Yeah.
knew you could do it. This isn't like a 1-year commitment. Like
Right.
this is a forever
But I
commitment.
think also because of my age, I was able to see that it was better to do it on my own than to do it with the wrong person.
I totally agree.
100%.
I totally
And I
agree
had
with
the
that.
luxury of like time and experience. And I dated plenty and there were people I liked, but I was like, really, is this the person that I want to
Right.
be with forever? That I want to like share my closet space with
Yeah.
and raise a
Right.
kid with? And like,
You were smart about it.
but that's not something when I was in my 20s, I wanted to like probably marry every guy that I dated because what did I know?
We all did.
Yeah. And a
Yeah.
lot of people did. And sometimes it works out great and sometimes it doesn't. But I think,
Me. Yeah.
you kind of either grow together or grow apart. So I think that being able to make that decision at that point in my life, I was like, and I do still feel optimistic that like one day I will date and like meet. I think almost having kids makes it easier to date at my age in a way, because I was finding that I got to an age. Sorry, I know this was supposed to be the end. but-
No. I love I
I
all of
digress.
this is fabulous. Digress.
No,
all you
listen.
want.
I think like any guy who's dating a woman in her 30s, let's say, immediately assumes that that woman wants to get married tomorrow and have kids.
Right.
And I did want those things, but no guy assumes that a woman is going to make the distinction between the right and wrong person to do
Right.
that with. So, and you feel that, like, if you're self-aware, like you feel when
Yeah.
a guy has created a narrative
Right.
around that.
Mhm.
And then in some cases, I just like knew that I liked them, but I wasn't
Not
in
a
love with
lifetime of
them.
love.
Yeah,
And like, yeah. Got
And
it.
as I've said before, even when you really deeply, deeply love somebody, it's still difficult.
Right. There's
I think
always
you opened yourself
negotiations.
up for like the perfect guy to walk in
Yeah.
and got all of you.
Yeah,
You know
I'm
what
like,
I mean?
Okay,
The
I guess this is
full
like when people get
package.
divorced, so maybe I'll meet someone.
No, you definitely will.
No.
You definitely will.
I think kudos to you for knowing what you want and going for it.
Everything happens as it's
Supposed to.
I think.
Yeah. I agree with that.
I've always
Yes, you may
believed in
not
that.
see it at first, but
Yeah.
eventually you do see it.
I think everything works out for a reason. So proudest moment, all of it.
Oh yeah, Jessica needs to go.
I don't know. Like the other day, they did those plates they make in school, and he had written his name on it, and I had never seen him write his name before. So.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Jessica might go home and have a fourth.
I'm like, I missed it.
Or a martini.
I'm like, we're friends now because I want to see your kids.
Right, that's it. You just got another part of your committee.
Yeah,
because
I'd be
she's
happy
all
to.
in.
You can join the
She's
group
all
chat.
in.
Yeah, I would love to.
What's the last thing you do before you go to bed?
Check the monitor.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. Now, well, I still go around and make sure every door is locked
Yeah.
because you
Yeah.
got to.
Yeah.
I set the alarm.
Right, and that's all done. I just fall asleep now. I don't even know when I
Right
fall
away,
asleep.
that's
I'm
it.
like watching a TV with someone, and I just fall asleep.
That's it.
In
You're out.
Yeah, I'm out.
You're out.
I'm out.
Okay. What do you look forward to as your children grow?
Seeing what they do, like seeing how they live their life, seeing what they do, how they work, who they choose, just all of that. It's ever evolving. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, I think just the curiosity and looking
Mhm.
forward to like the kind of people that they become.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Hearing your stories, I feel like I have a lot to look forward to. So.
You do.
Yeah.
You definitely do. And I didn't date really. It was very difficult.
Yeah.
And you also don't want to bring someone home and,
Yeah.
you have your kids get close and then that you break up and then it's another thing for your kids.
But
So
it's even just getting into the mindset of like saying like, okay, I'm ready to date. I've always said if somebody wanted to set me up at any point,
I was like, I got to
willing.
find someone for you. I want to find like the best guy for you.
My
I
only
really do.
qualification is that he has to have health insurance.
Okay. Okay.
I joke and I'm like, I was sick of waiting for a nice Jewish boy with health insurance. So that's why.
No, but I hope he has health insurance.
And I'm
Okay.
like, I have my own very good health insurance coverage, but I need somebody who has a
Their
stable
own.
employment situation that provides
Right.
health
Right. You're
insurance.
like, hon, I'm not putting you on my
Yeah.
insurance right away.
Yeah,
That
I'm-
ain't happening.
I'm not looking for another kid at
Yeah.
this point in my life.
No, it gets
Right.
it's very rewarding now. And in the years go by so
Yeah.
quickly.
Wait,
Like-
what does mom say? I don't want to be a nurse or a purse.
Yeah,
Right?
that's
like
what she
that.
says. I don't want to be
I don't want to be a nurse or a purse. So yeah, you don't want to be a nurse or a purse.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm into dating. I just know it's not time yet.
Okay. I think again, like you said before, everything happens at the
Yeah,
right time, in the
yeah,
right
it
place for the
does.
right reason.
Yeah, I need to
So,
get my second kid in school, and then
okay.
You never know though, Jessica.
I'm open to it. But
Okay.
my point is, I don't think that I'll be actively seeking it out.
Right. I hear what
Until
you're
then.
saying.
But
But
I'm
what
open
if you
to it
meet
at
a
any
nice
point.
Jewish doctor in the delivery
That
room
has insurance.
that has
Oh my gosh,
his own insurance?
two of the doctors at my OB practice are so hot, and I'm like, please don't let them be
Are
the
they
ones
single?
delivering me. No, I have no idea.
Oh,
But
that's
I'm like,
so
if
funny.
they saw me in labor, I would be mortified.
Oh,
Not
they're
that
getting
No,
it
but
all.
that's their profession.
Not
They
that they
don't
don't
think
see it
about it
every
that
day.
way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like they see it all the
They
time.
don't care. They don't
Yeah.
care. Doctors
Yeah.
don't think of bodies that
They
way.
don't. I
It's
know.
a whole
I know.
different thing.
But like, imagine having a hot guy delivering your baby.
Okay, that's good.
I'd be like, yeah, baby. I don't know what I would be doing.
You'd be like, "What's your name?" Okay, that's your name now.
That's true.
I know Jessica in the delivery room. She's like, "Come on."
I was C-section though. So
Yeah.
It's okay.
So funny.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
did want to name my first child Charles Barkley, and everybody vetoed that, including my doctor.
Oh, that's
That's
so funny.
so funny.
Yes.
Wait, do you know what you're having?
Boy,
Oh, you'll
Oh,
have
two of a
them.
kind.
Yeah.
That's her favorite thing in the whole world.
They're
She loves
so
her
fun.
boys.
yeah.
They're so. I
Yeah.
love
You
my
have three
daughter.
boys? Oh,
Of
you
course,
have
two
boys and a
boys.
girl.
But
Yeah,
oh
that's
my
me. We were two
god,
boys
they're
and a girl.
just the easiest, best.
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
I thought I didn't choose what I was having, but I was
oh,
hoping
it'll
it
be
would
like
be a
your
boy.
brothers. Kinda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're already prepared. You know what to expect.
Yeah, hand me downs.
Oh my god! Do not buy anything for the boys.
I-
Expensive for
As
a
it
long
is,
time.
all my friends have boys, so my son wears only hand me.
Yeah.
Wears, he knows who got it for him.
I mean, they get so dirty. I
Yes.
stick them in a white onesie, and that's it.
I'm hand me downs,
Oh,
and everything
onesie,
has to
they're too
be
old, but
machine
the
washable.
little one. Yes.
Those are my
Oh
qualifications.
yeah, machine washable.
Like we're not doing any of that frilly.
Oh,
No,
no,
Old
no.
Navy,
no, yeah.
Target, Old Navy.
short shirt.
When my kids were little, it was the Gap. That
Yeah.
was it. It
Yeah.
was like everything that could go in
Oh,
the
Gap
washing
is
machine.
fancy.
I
in
was
my
like, the Gap's a little pricey now.
Oh,
Gap
well,
is very-
okay. We're going back 30 some odd years,
Yeah.
but like a Gap was like the only
Yeah.
thing around that like you could
Yeah.
really.
Now it's like
Okay.
We have
And
a few
they've got-
J. Crew hand-me-downs. That's the
Oh.
real. That's the black
Oh.
tie.
J. Crew was
Black
great.
tie situation.
That's so funny.
Oh, I had so much clothes. I could have given you so many.
I have.
Yeah.
You should see. It's
You
crazy.
do, yeah. But don't even worry till they're older to get like decent clothes.
Also, he grows all the time.
Yes, there's no
Yeah.
point.
Every
Yeah.
shirt is like a crop top after. A month
And you'll
a
hand
half.
them down.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Exactly.
I love it. I love
Yeah.
it.
See, it's fun when they're I miss
Listen,
that.
I do have a little bit of like leopard print and bow envy for sure, but
You
I
can
have
still put
I
them
have
in
a
leopard
niece,
print.
so every time
That's
I see her,
it.
I'm like, you're gonna get it all.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
your
could
brother's
dote on
daughter.
her.
My
Yeah.
brother has a daughter, and she's so cute and so fun to dress.
Oh, you could dote on her. That'll be
Totally,
good.
and I
Yeah.
will.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good. Auntie status is good.
Totally,
status.
I was
Yeah.
obsessed with my aunts growing up.
Oh,
So.
I love
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
aunts are the
nice.
best.
that. Yeah, that's it.
It is.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you both. Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much. I'm so appreciative that you're here. We had a little tumult before we all got here, but we all survived.
We made it.
There were no births. All our body parts are intact. We are here.
We
so
made it.
thank you.
We
thank
did.
you
Thank
so
you.
much. I appreciate it. To our listeners, thank you so much. So grateful you're here. Keep listening, keep learning, keep laughing, keep up with Beek on Being. Follow Beek on Being on Instagram for the latest. To share thoughts, ideas, suggestions, or nominated guests, DM us. Want exclusive content, behind the scenes stories, and listener links? Subscribe. Listen to Beek on Being wherever you get your podcasts. All episodes are automatically transcribed. Big shout out and a huge thank you to Stephen Chen.
Yay,
Woo!
Stephen.
He's going to
At
be a
Penn-
guest next time.
Oh, I love it. At Penthouse
We
Studios.
try to get him.
Beek
to
on
be.
Being was recorded at Penthouse Studios and is a proud member of the Penthouse Podcast Network. We're good? Thank you, guys. This was so
Thanks.
fabulous. This was so
There's
great.